Unlock success. Master the art of managing negative emotions. There are two things when it comes to reality. There's reality itself, and there's your reaction to that reality. One of which is out of your control, and one of which is in your control. We can't control reality, but we can always control our reaction to that reality. And successful people understand that having that sort of control, that emotional control to reality, especially when things become challenging, is crucial for their success. And that has to deal with letting go of some emotions, right? You need to practice letting emotions come and go. Too many people grab onto emotions and they hang onto them far too long, and that hinders their growth and hinders their development. So practicing letting those go is crucial if you want to move forward to accomplishing your goals. And to couple with that is the discipline in handling challenges, right? Again, as you've heard many times from Sorena's teaching, challenges happen. And winners, people who succeed, who accomplish goals, they don't let those negative emotions linger when challenges arise. They recognize them, they accept them, and then they let it move on, and they put their energy more into figuring out how to deal with those challenges. And that's emotional discipline. It involves not dwelling on challenges, but recognizing them and then being able to move on and focusing on more positive aspects. Because positivity plays an important role in this, and it is crucial for success. Now, positivity does not mean the absence of negative emotions, right? Positivity doesn't mean we never feel anything negative. But it is the flip side, because if we just ignore negative emotions, what we end up doing is hiding from problems and hiding from challenges, right? We have to accept it and we have to recognize it. The key again is to have that emotional discipline, not to dwell on it, and to be able to focus on positive things. So negative and positive, they balance, right? But the Losada ratio shows it's not a 1-to-1 ratio. It's a 3-to-1 ratio. Right? It takes 3 positive experiences to offset 1 negative experience. And that's why on our quest to accomplish our goals, we have to consistently look for these positive experiences and focusing on positive emotions if we want to stay on track. So positivity is a tool, not a crutch, but a tool to help balance out the challenges and the difficulties that we may come across. And obviously with challenges and difficulties, it leads to certain levels of stress, right? That's another thing that's guaranteed, right? Death, taxes, and stress. We all have stress. It's a natural physiological feeling that we have when things become challenging or difficult. So it's normal. But when you fail to deal with negative emotions and you dwell on them, what that does is it increases and maximizes stress levels. And when stress gets too high and starts to take control of you, it negatively affects your decision making. And as you know, positive energy and good decisions lead to good results. And when our decision making and the ability to make good decisions becomes affected, then we start to have issues with that. And that's exactly what stress does. So you'll never guess. So what's the most important thing when it comes to all of this? Mindset. Your mindset is crucial because once there's challenges and difficulties and there's stress and there's some negative emotions, you have 2 choices. You either bring a blowtorch to that fire or you bring a fire extinguisher. And we know what a blowtorch will do. That'll increase everything. And that is really harmful for us on our path to accomplish our goals. What we need to do is we need to manage those emotions and we need to bring that fire extinguisher. Now that ties into another concept, which is expectations and joy. Having the wrong expectations steals joy. Okay? Life won't work out exactly as it was imagined, right? And once that happens, we have these wrong expectations, all of a sudden it's a negative emotion and it steals that joy from us. So we have to make sure with expectations, we're always setting proper expectations, sensible expectations, ones that relate to our goals and what we want to accomplish. And that proper expectations combined with emotional discipline help us handle life's challenges. So we need to learn from stress. That's the other thing too. Again, just like negative emotions, we've got to recognize it. We recognize here is some stress, right? We're not ignoring it. We're not pretending like it's not there, because if we pretend, it's still there and it's going to have even a worse effect on us. But stress is a part of growth. And again, if we avoid it entirely, we try to compartmentalize it, it's going to hinder our skill development. Stress is a way to grow. So gradual exposure to stress, which is going to happen whether you like it or not, combined with emotional discipline, that'll positively contribute to our pursuit of a goal. And again, with stress, I can't stress enough that it's impossible to block all the sources of stress, right? That's back to that reality and reaction to it. Stress is just a part of reality, right? That's why planning and expectations and discipline are all essential, knowing that there's going to be stress. Oftentimes with stress, people deal with it in unhealthier ways, right? Drink, drugs, excessive shopping, excessive eating. There's a lot of ways that in the moment seem to help with the stress, but it's not getting rid of the stress. It's not helping deal with any of the challenges causing the stress. And that leads to a destructive feedback loop. So it's very easy in stressful situations to end up doing things that are actually even more harmful. And we have to be aware of that and not slip into that situation. So you got to handle stress productively. Handling stress through self-destructive behaviors, like I just mentioned, that's less productivity and an increase in stress. Again, even if temporarily it feels better, right? That's the thing to remember, because again, some of those destructive habits feel good in the moment, but they're really doing long-term damage and simply adding more stress and intensifying the challenges and the issues and the problems that we're dealing with. So coping mechanisms provide brief respite, but they hinder long-term progress. So it's important that we deal with stress with emotional discipline, with understanding, recognizing, but not dwelling on negative emotions. If you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, and I'm sure that you did, make sure you like it, share it, and most importantly, subscribe to this channel.